Hello Gemini, and welcome back to Insights by Randall. Today's reading is for June 2021, and I'm doing things a little different. First I'm going to focus on career, then love, then self-development. What is going on with Gemini's career? We've got the Star, Temperance, and the Chariot. And we've got the Three of Swords on top. Okay, for many of you Geminis out there, it looks like things are starting to look up for your career. There's been some healing and some rebalancing. You've decided to take the middle ground, the middle road. You're having better discipline. Some of you have recently completed learning new skills, and you're ready to act on them and put them out into the world if you haven't already. I feel like for many of you, now is the time of shifting into more of the job career that you want, and things are looking up. Please clarify the Star in career.
Please clarify the Star in career. Please clarify the Star in career. Please clarify the Star in career. Please clarify the Star in career.
We have the Moon in reverse, and the Empress in reverse. Not that long ago, there was a lot of concern and worry and stress about what was going to take place, about where the income was going to come from, what were you going to do for work. I feel like this is expressing that many of you had lost your job because of the pandemic, and for some of you it shut down your abundance. Well, of course it shut down your abundance. It also shut some of you down emotionally. And there was this feeling that you're just going to have to take any old job like you used to, and that it was going to suck, and it was just going to be a horrible experience. And this is in your recent past. But many of you have done the work necessary to rebalance yourself, focus on what you really want, and you're not going for a typical Mick job. You've opened yourself up. You've opened yourself back. You've reopened yourself to abundance and your emotional experience. And some of you have learned that through your emotional experience, it influences your abundance and your income. Please clarify Temperance. You got the King of Swords in reverse, and you got the Queen of Wands. So along with emotionally opening yourself back up, you realize that many of you were too much in your head. Too much stress and worry was really making it difficult for you to get back out there or to clean up the career you're already in, find that promotion, start your own business. And I feel like many of you were thinking on the negative side, being negative Nancy's about the situation. Either through internally or externally, you realized that your thought processes were getting in the way. Here we have the Queen of Wands. Now that you've rebalanced yourself and you're refreshed and you're ready to go, you are looking forward to the next part of your journey as far as your career goes. There's an excitement there. There's a rejuvenation. You're now mentally and emotionally prepared. I'm focusing on the sunflower in her hand. You got your shine back, you got your light back, and some of you are looking forward to the next step in your career. Please clarify the Chariot in Gemini's career.
Please clarify the Chariot in Gemini's career. Please clarify.
Here we've got the Star twice. And you've got the Queen of Cups. For many of you, it was almost like a waiting game. It was kind of like you were given a time out to get your head on straight, to clean up your emotional space and reignite your passion for what you do or what you want to do. I feel like that there was a great deal of financial stress and strain, anguish even, but somehow you were able to make it through or pull yourself together, and now you are ready to go with a new career or a new job with new skills. I feel like saying it's game time. This is fantastic. On the top of the deck we have the Three of Swords. That's what I was talking about earlier. There was a lot of suffering and anguish, and you had to work through those before you could move forward. You had to work through the negativity and all the garbage that COVID created. So now your career, your job, your new business is starting to look up. If it hasn't happened already, it is right around the corner. Is there anything else that Gemini needs to know about their career? The Hanged Man. I speak like there was a choice involved, and for many of you there wasn't a choice. It was just the way that the circumstances took place. It was how the cookie crumbled. And I feel like some of you might still be holding on to some of that bitterness and anger on the hand that you were dealt through this past year. But it gave you the opportunity to go inward and figure some things out and decide how you would rather make money and how you can increase the amount of money that you make. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. For those of you that took the time to figure things out and to work on yourself and to prepare yourself for when things open back up, here you have the Wheel of Fortune. Not only is more money coming in, more pay, but there's also an abundance. There's the potential of you thoroughly enjoying your new job or your new career or your new promotion. This is fantastic. Okay, now I will move on to love. What is going on with Gemini's love life in June 2021? We got the Page of Wands fell out. We got the World card, the King of Coins, and the Eight of Coins. So the pandemic certainly screwed up a lot of things. Within the past year to recently, there's been a shift in your relationship. Either it has ended or it has grown. I feel like for many of you, you're having to start over in love. And with the Page of Wands, there's been some maturing, some growing. You've learned lessons from this previous relationship on how to do things better and finding a partner who is healthier and mentally, emotionally, physically, and better suited for you. There's this exuberance and excitement about moving back into the dating scene or moving on with a new relationship. Many of you, it is the beginning of a new relationship. Messages coming in. There is somebody for you right around the corner. And I feel like it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Many of you with the King of Coins have gone to school on your past relationship or several of your past relationships. You have soaked up a great deal of knowledge and wisdom. And this time around, you're not going to play with games. You're not going to do any stupid shit. You are ready for the real thing. You're ready for the real deal. You want something that is true, solid, comfortable, loving, adventurous, and with the Eight of Coins, you've really mastered, or you're well on your way to mastering your traumas, issues, healing. It's like you've gone through a massive transformation over the past year. Things are definitely looking up in your love life. Okay, let's pull some clarifiers. Please clarify the world in Gemini's love life.
Please clarify the world in Gemini's love life. Please clarify the world in
Gemini's love life. Here we have the Six of Cups in reverse.
Please clarify the world in Gemini's love life.
And the Knight of Cups. Okay, for many of you, you felt like that you were in a solid relationship. You weren't sure if that person was the one or not. When the world got nasty and stress and pressure was applied to the relationship, you began to see the cracks in the foundation. You began to see the little things that you either didn't notice, ignored, or were oblivious that were there. And when you began to examine these metaphorical cracks in your relationship, you saw that this person wasn't the one. And I feel like for many of you, there may have been a lot of fighting and arguments, but in the end, when you recentered yourself and stepped back and looked at it, you just realized that there wasn't enough compatibility to make it work for the long haul. And with the Knight of Cups, for some reason I'm feeling a triumph here. You've triumphed in your own love. You weren't going to settle. You weren't going to overcompromise, and which would be a detriment to yourself. Even though it was painful, you had decided that enough was enough. You needed to find somebody that you were more compatible with, somebody that you could love deeper, have more in common with, and be more passionate with. And many of you are happy and even proud of yourselves for getting out of the situation. Congratulations. Please clarify the Page of Wands. You've got the Six of Swords, and you've got the Hermit. For many of you, you had realized that this past relationship you were in, you were alone, or you felt alone, or you felt lonely. For some of you, it was like two ships passing in the night. There wasn't enough time spent together, and or when you were together, it was almost like being with a stranger. And when you had cleared yourself mentally, emotionally enough, it was like you were sitting on the couch with this person, and you looked over at them, and you thought, who are you? Why am I in this? Why am I doing this? And for some of you, the breakup took place some time ago, and you've been by yourself, and you are so ready to not be by yourself anymore. You are ready for someone. And the Six of Swords, I'm almost seeing this in like animated. You're moving past this past hurt, this past suffering, but I feel like you're paddling as fast as you can to get to the next relationship. For some reason, I get this thought and feeling that the right one will fall into your lap. I'm not saying that that's what's going to take place. I feel like that some of you are thinking and feeling the right one will just happen. And there's this feeling of relief and exuberance when you have that thought. I have no idea if that's true or not. I just feel like that's what's going on in your mind and your heart when you are thinking about being with the next person. Please clarify the King of Coins in Gemini's love life.
Please clarify the King of Coins in Gemini's love life. Please clarify the King of Coins in Gemini's love life. Please clarify the King of Coins
in Gemini's love life. We have the Knight of Swords and the King of Pentacles again. For some of you, you feel that you've already found the right person. This is an earth energy. It could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, I feel like that this person is very intelligent and they are not an idle person. They like to go, they like to get things done, they like to focus and achieve goals. I also feel that this person is well rooted in their skills and their ability, and they exercise them with precision. They have a great deal of abundance, and they either have a great deal of wealth or they have plenty of money. I feel like that this person is definitely leader material. They have wisdom, they're fair, they have a deep passion. And for many of you, this person may be older. This could be for those of you who have already found your new relationship, and this could also be for those that are looking, and this is the potential of what's coming in. I feel like that these are things that you've asked for in a person. I feel like they're pretty even-tempered. They're even calm. But at the same time, they can be very fierce and driven. Please clarify the Eight of Coins in Gemini's love life.
Please clarify the Eight of Coins in Gemini's love life. Please clarify the Eight of Coins in Gemini's love life. Please clarify the Eight of Coins in Gemini's love life.
We got the World in reverse. And the Seven of Cups. Okay. I feel like that this has suddenly shifted to other Geminis that haven't already found the one and isn't about to find the one. We have the World in reverse. Your cycle isn't complete, not quite yet. You're still working on yourself. You're still mastering, healing, and releasing your past traumas, mental conditionings, unhealthy concepts. But here soon, you're going to have multiple choices. And there's also this thought and feeling of you're not sure what to choose. Some of you are not sure of what kind of qualities that you really want in a significant other. But as you continue to do some soul searching and learning more about yourself, I feel like that those questions will naturally be answered. And you can also look at your other relationships, friends, family, co-workers, on the things that you like and don't like. Like for instance, this is just an example. If you have an overly protective older brother, okay, transfer that into a potential mate. Well, now you know that you don't want an overly protective mate. Things like that. I feel like for many of you, your friends, family, co-workers can provide you information through your relationships with them on the things that you want and don't want in a future relationship. And be specific. Creation is creative. If you don't cover all your bases, creation will be creative. And you'll end up being with someone who has qualities, I'll put it that way, qualities that you didn't even think of, that you're like, whoa, no, no, no. Or, oh my God, that's fantastic. I didn't even think of that. And you're moving quickly from 7 to 8. So some of you are feeling like you're stagnant, that it's been a long time. That negative thought of you're not going to find someone has been creeping in. You're trying to ignore it. Do your best to ignore it. You're not stagnant. You're not sitting still. There is movement. And 8, 9, 10, you've only got 2 more steps, metaphorically, until you are ready to find the next person. So it shouldn't take too long, especially with how active you are on working on yourself. Is there anything else? Does that cover everything? Got the Empress in reverse again. For those of you that are still in the depths of working on yourself, you need to get back into your heart. You need to release. You need to have some fun. I also feel that there's this need to relax and decompress. You need to get your mind off of love. You need to get your mind off of the lack of love, because those thoughts and feelings are just slowing down your progress, or it will slow down your progress. Okay, that feels complete. Now we will focus on self-development. What does Gemini need to focus on in their self-development? We have the Devil, the Three of Wands, and the Ace of Swords, with the Ace of Dragons on top. Okay, I feel like many of you are coming out of a very dark place. There was this feeling of being hung up, trapped, unable to free yourself. And there were all kinds of addictions involved. For some of you, it may have been drugs or alcohol, but for many of you, I feel it was the less noticed and sometimes harder to grasp and deal with addictions, like retail therapy. Some of you, I feel like it was picking fights and not knowing why. I bet at this point in time you feel like a ton of bricks have been lifted off your shoulders. Because now you're into the Three of Wands. You've done a great deal of work on yourself. You're back to focusing on the positive. For some of you, some of these addictions was you simply had to stop the behavior. And even though other more serious addictions, as it's considered, they were reflections of what was going on mentally, emotionally inside. And as you worked on yourself, some of these addictions just fell away. And it wasn't until sometime later that you noticed you stopped falling back on these addictions. You had your epiphany moment in your self-development. There was a lot of information coming in, and you did an excellent job at receiving it, looking at it, deciphering if it applied to you or not, figuring out how it affected your life. There's still a lot more information coming in. It's almost like the onion metaphor. You peeled away a layer, and there's another layer underneath. And you peel that layer away, and there's another one underneath. And sometimes there can be a frustration about, oh my God, am I not done yet? Can I not be finished? When's the end goal to all this self-development? When you're having those thoughts and feelings, it's time to take a break. And it's okay if you take a month or two break. Geminis are pretty good at getting back on the horse, pretty resilient, and refocusing when the time is right. It was like a whole new world had opened up to you when you released these negative thought patterns, behaviors, traumas, past conditioning, and it's reignited your passion. Please clarify the Devil. I saw the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Wands when I was shuffling the cards, and it popped out. And we've got Justice. For those of you that are still working on your confidence and your strength of will, we have confirmation cards. I'm feeling that these are coming across as confirmation cards. Eight of Wands and Justice. I want to say, because in the past you had thoughts or ideas of, finally, I worked through that. Now I can get past it and not deal with it again. And then, surprise, it came back up or it resurfaced. And it was very disheartening to learn that you had not worked through the issues. Well, the Eight of Cups, to me, that is an all systems go. Things are all flowing in one direction. It's a very light, airy, I'm getting refreshing. And Justice, I want to say karma is served. For those of you that believe in karma, you're more balanced now. You're finding your balance, or you have your balance. So these two cards are saying that don't doubt yourself. Continue to build your confidence. Continue to build your belief in yourself. You have done a great deal of work, and it was real. It wasn't imaginary. It was real. That's what these cards are saying. It took me a little while to get to. It's real. You're good to go. Confirmation that you have done the work and you have moved past many of your past negativities. Please clarify the Three of Wands in Gemini's self-development. The Six of Cups. I don't remember if it was your career or your love, but it popped out in reverse.
Now touch it up. Please clarify the Three of Wands.
For some of you, you needed to learn to love yourself and to nurture yourself and to pay attention to yourself and to give to yourself. That too much focus on yourself is considered narcissistic and selfish. And those negative concepts by themselves had a great deal of an effect on you mentally and emotionally. And some of you were just like, oh, screw it, I'm doing this for myself. And you realized how much you needed it, how much you needed to be there for yourself, how much you needed to love yourself. There was a great deal of war weariness relieved. It was like you were exhausted. You needed your love. You needed your compassion and your understanding. Receiving it from an outside perspective, an outside person, just wasn't doing the trick. It wasn't working. It wasn't fulfilling you. You needed to fulfill yourself. And once you got past those negative thoughts that you're not supposed to do that, many things just kind of fell into place. There was almost an instant relief and release. And now you've got it. Sometimes, and even most of the time, it is okay to put yourself first. You can't be a healthy, functioning human being if you don't. And this Nine of Wands, that constant emotional exhaustion and feeling empty and unfulfilled, is now a thing of the past. Now that you have that self-love, self-compassion, self-care going on. Please clarify the Ace of Swords in Gemini's self-development.
Please clarify the Ace of Swords in Gemini's self-development. Please clarify the Ace of Swords in Gemini's self-development. Please clarify the Ace of Swords in Gemini's self-development.
We've got the Nine of Pentacles, and we've got the Knight of Swords again. Again, I'm immediately getting a sense of self-doubt. Am I really here? Am I really ready? I kind of want to say, girl, suit up. You are ready. You've done a tremendous amount of work on yourself. You're more comfortable in your own skin now than you have ever been in your life. There are these thoughts and feelings of great passion and readiness to go. Go do it. Get out there and live your life. I'm sure, like most people, there are still some lessons to learn and some new wisdoms to gain, but it's not going to be the same as it was in the past. Some of these things you'll be learning, well, I guess all of them are learning as you go, but I feel like that for a long time it felt like you were stuck in one place and you had to learn these things before you can move forward. It's time. Move forward. Get going. Get out there. Take life by the horns. Continue to learn and grow about yourself in action. I feel that's pretty complete. Oh, the Ace of Swords in action. I'm sorry, the Ace of Wands in action. So you got 3 wands going on here. Wands are about action. Wands are about doing. Is there anything else that Gemini needs to focus on in their self-development? Anything else that Gemini needs to focus on in their self-development? I was just thinking about that. Two of Cups in reverse. I had gotten the thought and feeling that there was something that took place in the emotional self. In the love part of the reading that needed to transfer to self-development. You've been working hard. It's okay to take a break. You need to take a break. Let your hair down, have some fun. You're almost, if you're not already, you're almost mentally exhausted from all this self-development. Okay, now we'll look at the wisdom cards. What wisdom does Gemini need at this point in time?
What wisdom does Gemini need for June 2021? What wisdom does Gemini need for June 2021?
We have sensuality. Express your sensuality. We have opportunity knocks. Go for it. All the wands, go for it. And owl, follow your intuition. Sensuality. Express your sensuality. Being a sensual person means you have a heightened sense of awareness of touch, smell, taste, hearing, and feelings. Sensuality plays a big part in your sex life and your overall ability to derive pleasure from life. You like to take advantage of what life has to offer and live with love and passion. You are also eager to experiment in life. You can make great discoveries of mind, body, and spirit, fulfilling your desires and enjoying the ultimate contact with another. Sensuality embodies all the qualities of self-awareness, including your uniqueness and authenticity within your own comfort zone. Express your sexuality in your own way or rediscover your own vitality. Okay, next is opportunity knocks. New opportunities are coming your way. Brilliant ideas, educational possibilities, new friends, expanding your potential, and opening yourself to greater possibilities. You are a good team player and have gained respect from your work. My mind drifted. I apologize about that. I'm going to reread that sentence. You are a good team player and have gained respect from your work, colleagues, and peers. You have a good reason to feel proud of your achievements and attitudes toward yourself and others. Embrace this new endeavor with this raw creative energy. Go for it. It's time to dazzle yourself and stretch your wings and fly. And now the owl. You hold within you some of the qualities and traits of the owl. You may have fine-tuned your intuitive abilities, that sense of inner knowing, or you may have become strong-willed. Sorry about that. My mind is focusing on my neighbor. They usually don't hear anything from next door. Or you may have become strong-willed, perspective, and wise. Strong-willed, perceptive, and wise. Learn from the silence of the owl's spirit, which offers lessons of stealth and poise in our everyday lives. If you are about to take on a new business venture or let go of some parts of your life that are no longer relevant, it is important that you become more observant. You cannot fool the owl, as he is aware of his surroundings at all times. With this message, you can follow your goals to prosperity and heed these qualities to live the life of your dreams. I love it when the wisdom cards give confirmation for the reading I just did, or the readings that I do in the moment. Okay, Gemini, I hope that you appreciated the reading. If you did, please leave a like, and I will see you next time. Thank you.